Before my accident, I was your typical sophomore student who loved sports. Basketball was my favorite. I guess when you're 6'6" and a sophomore in high school, you're kind of encouraged to play basketball. I liked anything that was a team sport and just involved athletics. So I had a spinal cord injury. I was on vacation with friends and family in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and we had decided to go out to the ocean. I saw a friend of mine dive in, and I dove in and basically blinked, opened my eyes, and I saw my arms moving with the current, tried to move, tried to get up, and I couldn't. And I knew I was in trouble. What really happened was just the force of the water actually snapped my neck down, and I broke my 5th, 6th, and 7th vertebrae, leaving me quadriplegic. My level of injury is actually C5, C6. My functional level is C6. The only experience I ever had with anybody prior to my accident was my grandfather. And he used a wheelchair because it was very difficult for him to walk. He had just an old chrome monster. He was a big guy, but it still didn't fit him very well. It was this giant contraption. I liked it because I thought right away it was very similar to bicycles, and I was just always into cycling, and I could see even then the similarities in how just basic components and geometry could be improved by looking at the bicycle industry. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to really play with the wheelchair or get in it unless he was sleeping or he was in the bathroom. So needless to say, I kept him very well hydrated so that I could play around with the chair. And that was my first experience learning how to do wheelies or learning how to negotiate corners or even line a chair up for transfers. It taught me a little bit about how to turn and things like that, but the chair didn't have to support me. I supported myself. After my accident, I needed to be supported by the chair. It is so incredibly different for somebody who has complete control over their body versus somebody who has control over 30% of their body. So it was a completely different scenario, and what I thought would be a big help in learning to do things in rehab was not. I think I was very lucky. I did my rehab at Shepherd Center in Atlanta. I had a great group of people that I worked with, and they really taught me to think outside the box and to adapt equipment, and they helped me adapt equipment. And I think that was the pivotal moment where I realized that customization to equipment is key to maximizing somebody's mobility. Everything in my life really relates to TiFIT, whether I'm ordering a pair of jeans because I can't buy them in a store or I'm getting a wheelchair. It's all about that level of customization. I think it's hard for somebody who's not in a chair to relate to, but the best way I could equate it is think of it like that custom suit. Think about it like a prosthetic. You don't just go to Bob's Prosthetics, go down the aisle, and pick up a limb. That has to be completely custom made to you. And that's what my wheelchair is. It's a limb. It's an extension of me. And I want it to fit me perfectly. And that's in every respect, not just the simple measurements, but the more complex ones. And the better it fits me, the more mobile I am. And the better I feel about myself. When I look in the mirror, I see me. I don't see the chair. Everyone has a story like mine. They may not be as tall, but they may have specific requests and specific needs that are going to allow them to be more functional. And a company that can meet those needs is just going to be a better fit all-around product for that individual. I think TiFIT really means mobility. I've been in a chair for 25 years. I've been working in this industry for well over 20 years. And every time that I get a new chair, and I've had several, every time I get a new chair and that chair is better fit to me or it's adapted more to my needs as I'm getting older, I'm more functional. My first chairs, I couldn't transfer them in and out of a vehicle just because of the size of the chair. Now I'm able to drive a vehicle, I'm able to transfer it and live independently, and a lot of that has to do with my mobility and the fit of my chair.